With nearly 16 years of Call of Duty Zombies, a lot of maps have also been cancelled, so in this video we're going over 10 plus cancelled Zombies maps. The first cancelled Zombies map includes a Zombies mode that never existed. During the development of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019, there was actually partial development on a Zombies mode for the game. A former project director for Infinity Ward, Brian Bright, stated that Activision told the team that zombies did not belong in Modern Warfare. This comes after they already done extensive work on zombie AI, where they had hundreds of non-fully fleshed out zombies AI working in the beginnings of Modern Warfare 2019 development. And the zombies mode that they had planned was going to be similar to what Modern Warfare 3 Zombies ended up becoming, which is the open world zombies mode. Unfortunately, they were unable to persuade the bosses that they could have zombies fit vibe-wise in a Modern Warfare game, which is extremely ironic how all these years later, Treyarch managed to create it for a Modern Warfare game. There was only ever one piece of concept art released for Modern Warfare 2019 Zombies, and the artist described this as some sort of Russian Special Forces soldier and his duo of quadruped robots holding captive zombified soldiers by leashes around their necks. I think this concept art looks really cool, but ultimately Infinity Ward chose to go for the Spec Ops mode instead of zombies. Now, the oldest cancelled Zombies map takes us all the way back to 2011, as the Black Ops Zombies finale we know and love from Moon was going to be a completely different map, and that map was going to be Paris. This map was first teased all the way back in 2009, where it can be briefly seen in World at War de Reese, where there is a picture of a zombie in front of the Eiffel Tower on a notice board. So what happened to this Paris map, and why did we get Moon instead? Well, surprisingly, Paris already had a significant amount of development already completed on it, but leadership wanted to change the location to have a much bigger scale ending for zombies than what the Paris map would have originally given us, and to instead go out with quite literally a bang by playing on the moon and blowing up the Earth. Here we have some incredibly rare images that showcase the moon map on top of what the original Paris map was going to be, and you can see that the biodome from Moon is entirely underneath the actual Eiffel Tower, and the scale of that thing is absolutely huge. This play space was originally going to be No Man's Land, so just imagine how big No Man's Land could have been. That is just incredible. And both sides of the map, Tunnel 6 and Tunnel 11, were originally going to be the Paris Catacombs, which is a set of underground ossuaries in Paris which holds the remains of more than 6 million people. And having zombies in an area like that would have been truly spine-chilling. Furthermore, the development codename for the moon map is still called ZM_Paris in the game files of Black Ops 1. Now, another likely reason why this location was changed last minute is because in the Modern Warfare 3 campaign, that also contains a Paris level, complete with the Eiffel Tower. And with the zombies map and that game releasing so soon of each other, they probably wanted to avoid confusion. Now, the footage you're seeing is me playing a custom zombies map in Black Ops 1 called Perish that uses that original Eiffel Tower model and builds upon that whole map idea to try and replicate what this map could have been. But on the topic of what could have been, we need to talk about what the map afterwards could have been, because the version of Transit we got on launch was very different to what was originally planned. A ton of development images for Transit hit the internet this year, and as you can see, it showcases a much different looking Transit where it wasn't destroyed by lava. Map layout isn't too different from the final version, but between the town and the bus depot, we have the covered bridge, but then there was a completely separate route that would have taken us in a completely different area that wasn't in the final version. Furthermore, a very obvious detail missing is that there is no lava in this version. And according to rumors from the zombie director at the time, Jimmy Zielinski, depending if you had completed the moon Easter egg or not in Black Ops 1 would determine if you would have a destroyed Transit or an undestroyed version of Transit. We have another concept image of the diner where you can see they have illustrated where the lava is going to be because it wasn't there yet. And in this development footage, you can see the town without there being any lava. So was the final result a W or an L? Let me know in the comments. But what you might not know is Black Ops 1 Zombies was supposed to get a Vietnam-themed zombies map. Concept art was revealed from a Raven Software artist, which revealed a Vietnam zombies map internally called Viet Cong was in development. And all that remains is concept art for different zombie types that were going to be featured in the map. This included entire reworks of existing zombies models to look more like Vietnam-themed zombies, but this also included some very unique zombie types not seen before, such as a zombie meteor infection or mutation, which looks very similar to a boomer from Left 4 Dead. This would have undoubtedly been one of the creepiest looking zombie types we've ever seen, but that's not all, as several different enemy variations were also scrapped, including a smoke screen zombie, which which would have spewed an Agent Orange type smoke screen, which would obscure the player's field of view, allowing other stronger zombies to gain an advanced position. It would have staggered irregularly and made it a very hard target to hit. The most effective way to take this down would have been to use a flamethrower, which is a weapon we never saw in Black Ops 1 zombies. There was also a martial art zombie who would use his dislocated shoulders and broken limbs to his advantage, having an almost precognitive ability to dodge bullets, and the use of knees and elbows as weapons made this a special one hard to hit zombie. The best way to take this zombie out would have been from a distance. The most surprising of all is a zombie oxen boss, which would have been a much larger special zombie to take down than any we'd seen before. But ultimately, we never got that Vietnam map inside of Black Ops 1. We actually haven't seen a Vietnam zombies map until Cold War zombies with Firebase Z. It is possible all of these concepts were reused in future maps, especially with the zombie oxen. We've got a massive elephant boss fight in the map 9 in Black Ops 4, and maybe that was inspired by this concept art. But it's interesting that it was Raven Software who were working on Black Ops 1 Zombies DLC, as I don't think that was documented at the time. Things are about to get extremely interesting with what we're about to talk about with cancelled zombies maps, because Zombies Chronicles was not originally supposed to come out in Black Ops 3. It was actually supposed to come out in Black Ops 2. I know, it sounds really crazy to believe, and here we have an actual in-game screenshot of the map DeReese inside of Black Ops 2. You can see in the bottom right, it is on the T6 engine, which is Black Ops 2, and the date of this build was July 10th, 2013. It's crazy seeing this because this ultimately became the giant for Black Ops 3. There are development documents that have leaked online that share a schedule, the time frame for each map to be in an alpha and beta stage, as well as the original maps that were set to launch with that bundle, which is a little bit different to what we got in Black Ops 3. So the maps that were going to be for Black Ops 2 Zombie Chronicles were Nakta and Toten, Verrucht, Shinonuma, DeReese, Kino de Toten, 5 as a remaster, not a remake, Moon, Ascension, and Shangri-La. Overall, an almost identical match to what we actually got, but 5 was replaced with Origins. And if this did originally release, that would have meant Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 would have gotten all 4 classic maps remastered back to back. Overall, I think Chronicles being saved for Black Ops 3 was a much better decision, but with Black Ops 2 being already an incredible game, this would have made it even better. Out of any Call of Duty game to have the most cancelled zombies maps, it has to be Black Ops 4, where there are multiple brand new original and remastered maps planned to come to the game. The first map being a Chaos Zombie story map, which was going to be based in Morocco. We know of its existence due to an early 2017 content schedule. This map, Morocco, would have been DLC 2 for the Chaos story, releasing after Dead of the Night instead of Ancient Evil. There is not a single other detail known about this zombies map, but judging by the location Morocco, this would have been tied to the character Bruno Delacroix, as we learned from the first Chaos story comic that this was where Alistair Rhodes met Bruno for the first time. Bruno helps Alistair discover the Scepter of Ra, which is one of the 4 specialist weapons you can choose in Black Ops 4 Zombies. But instead of getting all of this narrative within a zombies map, it seemed into a zombies origin story comic instead. Another cancelled Chaos Zombies map in Black Ops 4 Zombies was one that was going to be called ZM_Russia. This map's existence was also revealed by an early 2017 content schedule, where this map would have been DLC 3, releasing after the cancelled Morocco Zombies map. But a detail to note here is that this map was planned in February of 2017, way before the Ether storyline was also planned to be included in Black Ops 4 Zombies. There is not a single detail known about this cancelled Russia map, but it would have been the 3rd Russian-based zombies map, Treyarch Zombies, at the time. There was one more Black Ops 4 Zombies Chaos story map which was cut, called ZM_Blue. More details are known about this map than any other because there still exists model string references related to areas in the game, where one was called the Earth Throne Room Waterfall. This map would have released after Ancient Evil, and it's very likely that this would have been set in the Library of Alexandria, taking place immediately after the events of Ancient Evil, where we saw the reveal of Medusa, leaving us on the cliffhanger that we'll never get to see continued. But we likely have the wonder weapon for this map within Black Ops 4's multiplayer, and this is the Eye of Apophis melee weapon, which is quite clearly a scrapped Chaos Story wonder weapon, where this is a handheld amulet with a melee attack and a secondary ability. And this looks absolutely incredible, far too detailed for just a standard melee weapon in multiplayer. Eroding the edges of reality, dark necrotic energies in this amulet fist offer a cursed promise of power. Black Ops 4 Zombies was also hiding a shocking cancelled zombies map that would have shook the zombies community, this being the highly speculated Great War map. This actually existed, a scrapped Aether story map based on the Great War that would have ended the Aether story. Textures and strings for the Great War Crusader NPCs tagged DLC4 can be found in the game files, as well as unused model strings that reference Origins can also be found, meaning that this would have had elements of the Origins map as well. This is the only existing texture of the Crusader character that was codenamed in this DLC4 map. There are also sound files that refer to the Crusader as an AI character, meaning this would have been an in-game NPC, with the remaining body textures being identical to the Crusaders from the Great War, as we see by the end of the Revelations cutscene with the premise characters wearing that Crusader gear, and this was visually distinct from the Templar zombies from Origins. Now within the launch map Blood, we obviously see Richtofen wearing this Crusader body. The internal name for that character model is completely different to the Crusader texture, which is named DLC4. This could have easily been one of the greatest zombies maps in history. It could have been Jason Blundell's best map yet. But what makes the potential of Black Ops 4 Zombies even sadder is that both Transit and Buried were supposed to come to the game. According to the Call of Duty wiki, there are hundreds of leftover model strings and textures referencing ZM_Transit. If we look at other aspects of Black Ops 4, such as Blackout and even one of the multiplayer maps, there are tons of different parts of the Transit map that have already been recreated. We have a remastered version of the Transit bus and the bus driver, working animations and old quotes, as well as the diner being recreated both in multiplayer and in Blackout, the entire playable area of the diner in the Blackout map. Buried was also a scrapped Aether storyline map, which just has a single leftover model string in the game with the prefix ZM_Buried. A lot of Buried also already exists in Black Ops 4 in the Blackout map, as the area Ghost Town is a complete recreation of the Buried area. The prefix for this area is WZ_Buried, not ZM_Buried. So it's like as if Treyarch had already began substantial development on both these maps as remasters and remakes, and ported some of that work over into the Blackout map. But one of the most recent Call of Duty Zombies maps takes us to Black Ops Cold War, as the maps we got within the Outbreak Zombies mode were just part of a large-scale experience that never made it in the game. And this map was the Ural Mountains, a massive scale map, which housed all of the Fire Team and Outbreak maps in one massive scale map. And in the pre-alpha version of Outbreak in Cold War Zombies, rather than you be in one area and each round be teleported to another area, this would have been played on the Ural Mountains map, where the entire map was available. In order to leave the section you were in, you had to complete the objective for that round, and once completed, the invisible barriers around the area would lift, allowing you to fully traverse to the next section without having to teleport. There were so many areas of this Ural Mountains map that had complete remakes and remasters of other classic World at War and Black Ops 1 maps, such as Summit from Black Ops 1 multiplayer and Stadium, which was a multiplayer DLC map. This would have likely been the biggest battle royale map that Call of Duty has ever seen, and this would have been the biggest zombies map that we'd ever seen. There has never been an explanation why this Ural Mountains map was scrapped in its entirety, as I think it would have been incredibly successful, but instead, several POIs from this map were cut out and repurposed into Fireteam and Outbreak Zombies maps. The map might have potentially been too big for it to be ran properly, but if it's working in a pre-alpha build of the game, then there must have been other reasons why it never made it. The final cancelled zombies map in this video takes us to a game you probably weren't expecting, and that is Call of Duty World War II. It was widely known that the DLC development was a bit of a mess schedule-wise. When it came to DLC 3, The Tortured Path, rather than it being a normal round-based zombies map, it was actually split into 3 separate objective-based maps, which turned the entire zombies community upside down. Rumors suggested this was decided due to the actual DLC map not being ready in time, and an artist at Sledgehammer Games posted images of what appears to be a cut or unused DLC zombies map that was going to be part of World War II Zombies, and as you can see, it seems to take place during a sunset in a forest, and from a visual aspect, this looks to be one of the most visually appealing zombies maps out of any of the zombies maps in the game. You can also notice the mystery box submerged in water in one of the shots, but no other details are known about what this map is.